Welcome to another episode of Compa Financial Therapy. I am Danny.
And I'm Mike, your compadres with financial stories.
How you doing?
I'm good. I do want to complain about the weather, though. It's hot today.
It
is hot. Today is pretty hot.
It is hot. I agree. I'm not going to disagree with that one. I am going to agree with you on that one.
I got to be consistent with the complaining of the heat.
Hey, winter's coming soon, so...
We only get 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, it's true.
2 weeks of winter. But we did get that lightning. Did you guys see that?
I saw it, but I was like once only.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a lot. Where I live,
Yeah.
not that far, but I was going crazy at night. Like, what the fuck is that? Because I would just see a flash.
Oh, I only saw one flash.
No, it kept going. Honestly, I was trying to time it, and it was like every minute or every 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And we kept getting flash.
No rain, though.
Flash. Yeah, no rain.
We need the rain. So I want to talk about identity theft, and I guess we wanted to also talk about scams,
Some
right?
scams, financial scams, yeah.
Good topic. Well, I think if anybody that has a Social Security at one point or another, if you're doing credit and you're doing buying things, applying for loans,
Right.
going to the doctor, eventually somebody will get a hold of your identity and become you.
And sometimes they're inside jobs.
Sometimes they're inside jobs. I happen to agree with that. And it's happened to me twice, to my wife once.
Identity theft?
Yes.
Damn.
So one of the key things that I learned, first thing is don't panic. Once you identify that your identity's been taken, first thing is go file a police report.
How did you find out, though?
Oh, we started getting credit cards from like Victoria's Secret and like stores that I've never really go to. Like, well, what's this credit card?
But you were going to Victoria's Secret just not as often?
No, it was just a credit card that somebody was applied.
Shit.
And it was like Kids R Us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have no kids, so why would I be having, my wife started, hey, why are you going to Victoria's Secret, and are you,
do you have a kid
do you have a kid on the side I know about, and I go,
man.
no. So once we started seeing the pattern, because there was like 5 credit cards within a week, and some like, oh, you're pre-approved and your credit card will arrive soon. Like, what the hell is this? So once we figured that out, okay, somebody took my identity, and you would call this credit card, it's like, oh yeah, your address is XXX. Like,
right.
No, I don't live there. And sometimes the credit card information will arrive at my house. So once you figure that, okay, somebody took your identity, you go to the police, they give you a report. With that report, then you go to your credit bureaus, and then that opens up the door to get a free credit reports.
Okay.
Not only credit reports, but then you could freeze your credit.
Right.
You could do a alert, which that's only good for 7 years, but a freeze, which is free if you've been a victim of identity theft.
Right.
It's in forever until you go and unfreeze it. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a hassle though, because you have to do it for the 3 different credit bureaus,
right. And
then they give you a specific PIN or password. If you lose it, good luck in getting that unfrozen.
Damn.
So you have to keep that really secure.
Okay.
And but yeah, it works. If you go try to open a credit using my name right now, they'll get denied. Says no, you're frozen.
Sounds like a challenge.
It is a challenge. Go
a
ahead.
challenge for me to accept it.
Try it.
All right, I'm gonna
see
try
what
it.
happens. You're probably going to get arrested. I don't know if you want that on your record.
When we got the video, you said I can try it. So I'm going to try it.
Okay.
You ever seen those shows where it's like To Catch a Thief?
Uh-huh.
And it takes like a thief to understand a thief and kind of know how to secure your house? I'm going to see it something like that.
Okay, well, you want to try it? But no, don't try it, because then somebody one of our listeners is going to say, hey, I'm going to try it. I'm going to find out his information. So no, I'm not making this into a challenge.
All right.
There's other ways you could also protect it. That's one. The other way is, there's these services that you could pay.
I hear one on the radio a lot. On 640 KFI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the radio station, I hear that one often.
And if you have certain car insurance, maybe should we say it? AAA, if you're a member of AAA, it's free for the member.
You have to ask for it, or
you have to just submit it, and you put in your information, and they'll monitor your credit.
Free?
It's free. It's free.
Nice.
With the membership.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you have it, use it.
But the AAA comes with a lot of benefits. I mean, a lot of advantages like discounts.
Oh yeah, you get discounts and
Towing.
Your towing kind of sucks now. Before it was unlimited. Now it's only to 4 events a year.
Okay.
Before it's like you broke down, they'll be there.
Right.
Now it's only 4, and then the mileage has gotten down. So either 7 miles or 100 miles, or you get the 200 miles.
Okay.
So, but before it was unlimited. You broke down today, next week you can move it
Use it
again.
again?
Now it's only 4 times a year, which that's
Damn.
minimum. So,
Okay.
so that's coming down in their service. But yeah, you get discount tickets. You get.
I heard about that. Now we see like different places. Like if you had your AAA member just flash show them your card, you know, to them discounts.
Yeah. Yes. One thing with AAA though, because insurance, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's very expensive." One way to get it cheap is multi-car, multi-policy, like your home.
Right.
If you're like a degree, like you have a bachelor's degree or certain engineerings and certain trades, they'll give you a discount if you're a graduate. Military,
Right.
I think so. The list goes on.
Okay.
If you have an alarm in your house, in your car, all those.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
If you go down the list, they start giving you credits. Good driver, long membership there, and eventually, you start saving a lot of money.
Nice.
It's
Really cool.
Yeah.
AAA. So a lot of benefits out with AAA.
So in identity theft, one of the things I wanted to mention, and I know you mentioned it and a couple other people mentioned that they like using their debit and ATM card.
So I'm a big. I don't carry cash often. It's very rare when I do carry cash. So I swipe a lot, and I do a lot of online shopping with my debit card.
It's a big mistake, and I'm gonna tell you why. One of the big mistakes is that in a credit card, somebody takes your credit card, they clone it or whatever. They basically, you call the bank and say, hey, this is not my charges. They freeze it, they give you a new credit card, and then they'll investigate, and if it wasn't you, they forgive everything.
Right.
On a debit, however, the bank will investigate. However, there's a catch. If you report it to the bank before the unauthorized charges are made, you're not. You won't lose any money.
So it's got to be done. What the hell?
Yeah. Here's another one.
Before.
So
I have to plan it.
You have to plan it, yes.
All right.
If you report it to the bank within 2 business days after you learn of the loss or theft, you're only liable for $50. Okay, so after 2 days, $50. If it's more than 2 business days after you learn about the loss or theft, but less than 60 calendar days, then days after your statement is sent to you, then it's $500 loss to you.
Damn.
Here's where the catch is. More than 60 calendar days, if you report it after your statement is sent to you, it's unlimited. So they could drain your account and it's all lost. That's why it's not good to use your debit.
Swipe. That's crazy though. Like all those limits, $50, 500, and then unlimited.
It could affect you, especially the unlimited.
So it happened to me once that somebody took some money. It wasn't identity theft, but somebody ended up. I think they might have cloned our debit card, and I kind of have an idea where it was. We swiped it at a restaurant on a Saturday, and that Monday or Tuesday, I hadn't swiped it anymore after that. That Monday or Tuesday, somebody had charged it in some other state, like completely out of state. They were going to Walmart, in Compton, I'm sorry. Can I see Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were at some taco place in Compton swiping, buying tacos. They went to Walmart. They were using it at a gas station. And I think they spent like $160 something. And the bank automatically texts me like, hey, is this you? And I'm like, that's not me. Yeah. And they called me and they're like, hey, just want to make sure it's not you. And we ran through everything and they ended up reversing the charges. Luckily, they're the ones that told me like, hey, this is going on.
But I've known people who use their debit and it takes them a month or so to get their money back.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you got checks to write or bills to pay.
Or if you wrote a check and
you wrote a check, that could bounce your check. They won't cover the late fees, the return fees of whoever you're paying. they only cover the money you lost.
Food.
So it could be catastrophic on your end if you don't have enough money to cover your losses or the bounce check that
Right.
threw everything out. So it is important to not use your. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't do it. I don't recommend it to nobody. Guard that because it's your savings that
Right.
you're putting on the line. If you're okay with losing your savings, go ahead, man.
Well, if you're rich.
No, but if
No, I'm just kidding.
even if you're rich, you don't want to.
Of
Let's
course.
say you have $1 million account. Somebody goes and boom,
Unlimited.
takes your $1 million. It still hurts.
Right. And I know they also recommend paying stuff for cash
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the psychological part, right? Pagas con dinero, and it hurts you more than if you're swiping something plastic, like, yeah, swipe, whatever.
Yeah, but then you got that risk that get mugged and
Mhm.
here in the LA area,
I've been mugged once. Yeah, once.
area, it's not nice when you
Yeah.
yeah.
I was mugged when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember that day. Still
That was a
fucking-
bully, the school bully.
I don't know how. No, I was walking down the street. I don't know
Oh.
who the hell it was.
Oh, they just came and
I
said, "Hey,
was
give me your
they're
money."
like, hey, and they pulled me into the river, and they're like, hey, come here. Where's your money? I was like, what the fuck? Luckily, I was, I continued to be broke. I was broke then, broke now, so they took nothing.
Hey, you gotta be careful on
I
that.
was. Luckily, he didn't stab me or shoot me or punch me or kick me.
I knew somebody that some kid was getting mugged, and a friend of the family, he saw what was happening. He got off the car and started helping the kid. He was getting his bike stolen from
Shit.
kids.
That happened to me too.
They ended up shot him and killed him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they took the too. But,
Food.
so I don't know. But so credit cards, if you're gonna use the swipe, use a credit card.
Okay.
I had an issue with the credit card where they started using it,
Mhm.
and within a day they charged up probably about $3,000-$4,000 of gasoline all in the LA area.
What were they filling up? Tanks or airplanes? Or
I don't know how they did it, but there was from
The neighborhood?
Long Beach to Beverly Hills to you name it in the LA area, they were filling up gas stations. And that's how wait a minute, so much gas in one day. They had dog grooming in Beverly Hills. I didn't even have a dog at the time.
Right.
Like dog grooming in Beverly Hills. Like if I had a dog, I wouldn't even take him to Beverly Hills. It was like $500 for the dog grooming. Like
Shit.
they charged it up quick. Within 2 days, it was several $1,000s of credit card.
Fuck.
So, but luckily the credit card company, closed it. They called me. I had to go through each statement to each transaction. Is this yours? I go, I use it here. The good thing is that I always put gas in one gas station near my house because I know, okay, that's the gas station that I always go to.
Right.
So I okay, I look at the credit card, it's there. When I travel, then but I know pretty much which cities that I use.
Right. And you do that just to kind of keep track, right? Like, I don't put gas anywhere outside of this neighborhood or out of this
This
specific
particular gas station, yeah. It's either there's 2 gas stations I typically go to, so I'll know.
Okay.
And same thing with my rest of the family, they'll know where.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's easy. Okay, yeah, that's my.
It's pretty smart.
church. Yeah.
Pretty smart. Because we have the same ones that we use, but it's not one specific one. It might be like 3 or 4
Yeah,
different ones.
but at least you keep it in the same.
Right.
Same stores that you go to.
That we do, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if the thieves know which gas station I go, I'm screwed.
Yeah, they'll follow you around.
But I know how much I use in gas, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
there you
Damn.
go.
I did have one time when somebody was using my identity. This was back in like 2005, 2006. They were using my social security.
Yeah.
To work.
Oh, yeah, they use it to work,
Yeah.
medical, like insurance. And if you have kids, you'll use the kids to get medical benefits, like the
about
SSI, like the welfare benefits.
Right.
They'll use it. They take your identity completely.
Right.
The only difference is that their driver license will have a different picture than your
Right,
name.
right.
Because they'll use their date of birth. They have everything.
Yeah.
How did they get it? I don't know.
Luckily for me, all they were doing was just working. So I just racked up like taxes, like, hey, you earned this much. I'm like, that's not me. And I guess they made sense to the tax person, like, wait a minute, you couldn't be working at 2 different places. One was like San Francisco up north,
Yeah.
and then Southern California, like, come on.
That's the other big con where they use your social to get your tax returns.
Oh.
That's a big one that people use. They'll follow their taxes with your
my
social.
social?
They get the check, and it's like, hey, wait a minute.
Desmadre, huh?
Yeah. So
Yeesh.
there, if they're gonna get your identity, they're gonna figure out a way, and yeah, so you just gotta protect it. I don't give out like you know how you go to certain doctors and says we need your social security.
Right.
Like no,
But that's pretty much everywhere, like medical doctors, dentists,
don't have to.
optometrist.
you don't have to.
Ah,
You don't have to. The only people that really need your social is banks for loans and your employer.
okay.
Everybody else, nah, you don't need my social.
Everybody else can suck it out.
Yeah.
Too bad. I didn't know that. I didn't know you. Well, I guess you always have a right to refuse. Look at that, you know.
Yeah. He says, oh well, you know, you got my license, you got my address. You can send me a bill.
Right.
I'm paying cash, and yeah.
Because I know where I work, we ask for Social Security, and anybody, not anybody, but anybody that works there has access to that Social Security. Just pull up the person, boom, and anybody can. And sometimes I'm like, damn, somebody can just take that.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not trustworthy.
Yeah. You got to guard that number, especially nowadays. You know, unless you want to go through the hassles of getting everything frozen, and you know, file only police report is critical because that shows the date it happened, and it opens up the door that you could deal with the credit bureaus where they give you stuff for free, like free credit reports, free freezing. Otherwise, you have to pay for all that.
And I heard well, this was back years ago, over 10 years. Somebody, because I was doing some community hours at a local police department, and somebody came with like a stack of all the reports of everything, like all the evidence. It was a huge stack, and they're like, dude, this is a headache. I gotta keep track of everything, submit everything.
Once you get identity theft, you have to identify all the people who they got accounts from.
Right.
And you got to call them and let them know, hey, somebody tried to open an account. It's not me. And if it's 10 people or 100 stores or whatever, you have to go through each one, send them a letter. It is a hassle.
Yeah.
You know, then you got to make sure, okay, another one come up. Well, you got to report that. Yeah. And they say that I did it. Go to the Securities Exchange
Committee, SEC,
FCC, and they give you a list of numbers you could call right away and how to handle it. They give you sample letters. So if you get identity theft, you register with them and they help you step by step. Like, okay, if they're getting utilities on your name, this is where you need to call. And the utilities are not listening to you, then they tell you who to call. They kind of help you a little bit.
Nice.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it's just.
It's a hassle.
Nightmare, yeah.
It's a nightmare. And then when you go apply for a loan for a house, a car, it comes out like, hey, you got too much. Like, that's not me.
And I've heard people sometimes they don't even know it happened to them until they went to go apply for something. Like, wait a minute, they're like, what the fuck? I didn't apply for a car loan.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like, whoa. Even liens, like, oh, I got sued. When did I get sued? You know.
Right.
Type of thing. Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah. So the lesson: use your credit card if you're going to use it, and if you're going to use a credit card, pay it at the end of the month.
At the end of the month, huh?
Yeah. No, don't carry any balances on credit cards. That's the cardinal sin number one. Don't do that.
Don't carry a balance.
Don't carry a balance.
Right.
Because if you are, then you're paying 3 times the amount for whatever you're purchasing.
Right.
That's a big no-no.
And I think the other thing too, people got to be careful is keeping their mail. Like, take your mail, put it inside your house right away. Make sure nobody steals your mail.
Yeah, that's a big one because that's where they get some of the information.
Somebody on Facebook the other day, they were asking like, what's so important about people? Like, who cares if somebody steals your mail? I'm like, dude, do you not realize like information is on there? Like, what information is on there? Like your name,
address,
who's your address?
Because they know who lives with you.
Right.
And once they know who lives with you, when you go apply, sometimes like next of kin or who's
right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, could have like bank account numbers, account numbers here and there. She's like, holy shit. She's like, I didn't realize there was so much stuff in there. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, if they get a bank statement.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was like, to watch your mail. Keep track of it.
Keep track of it.
I know there's an app too, the USPS website. You can actually sign up and they'll send you a picture, an email every day.
Of the mail that's coming?
Of the incoming mail, yeah. So you can kind of keep track, like, hey, this mail's supposed to come in on this day, this one, whatever.
It's a little slow, but it's pretty good. Yeah,
it can be slow.
Know, yeah.
But it kind of helps you keep track. And there's been times where it says, like, this letter's going to come in this day, no viene, but it'll be there, like, the next day.
Well, when you go on vacation, you know, this is, I think, rule number one. Don't announce it on Facebook. Hey, I'm going to be on vacation and going to Cancun this week. And because if anybody knows who you are, where you live, well, they're going to be staying in your house for the next week.
Some squatters, huh?
Some squatters. That and hold your mail.
Right.
You know, if you can't get somebody to come and pick up your mail, then hold your mail. Go to the post office. Hey, stop on my mail.
And do it pretty quick, right? I just realized somebody had actually done that where they put a hold on the mail.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Yeah, you go today, but next day they stop delivering it. It's pretty quick.
I always thought the post office was slow, but this one they move pretty quick on it.
I think it's well, at least in our experience, every time that we've asked to hold the mail, they're pretty responsive.
Fast, huh?
Yeah. The way it works, I think the mail carrier, they're assigned to specific routes, and they'll just tell, hey, on this address, don't deliver it for the next week or two, and they'll just hold it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just found out somebody did that. Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
And let your neighbors know.
Right.
I think that's another thing. Let your neighbors know that you're going on vacation.
Keep an eye out.
If you trust your neighbors, if not.
If they're not sketchy,
Unless
they're the ones that are.
In the barrio, I don't know. Sometimes your neighbors are the ones that actually breaking into your house.
That's true. Even when you have it tinted up, I've heard about that. Like, damn.
Oh well, that's another thing when you're tinting it for termites and stuff like that. Some communities, or like the police department, they'll have wireless cameras.
Oh, do they?
That you say, hey, you know what, I'm getting my house tinted, and you make an appointment, and they'll go set up the cameras for you throughout the house. So if somebody breaks in, the police department will be right there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They did it in my community. When I had my house tinted about 4 years ago, I went to the police department. Yeah, you schedule it with the police department, you schedule it with the tinting company, and the police will come, set it up before they show up, and they put cameras throughout, and once the sensor goes off, aquí están.
Damn, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have heard of stories of like somebody.
They're going with mask and.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's
true.
There was one time where this guy, they had set up the tent. They tented the whole house, and then apparently this guy broke in, never made it out, man. All the chemicals.
Oh, he didn't use the proper mask.
What a fool. A dead fool too at that.
Yeah.
Idiot.
He should have at least gotten the mask.
Yeah. But sometimes
I guess he figures, I'll run in and hold my breath, and then
he couldn't hold anything. I
didn't
held himself down to the floor.
No.
Poor guy. Not.
So what else you could prevent from getting identity theft? I think that's pretty much it.
It seems pretty straightforward, but you just got to protect yourself because it's just.
It's a hassle. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare. It'll take you about a month to 2 months to get everything.
I was gonna ask, how long was yours?
About 2 months to go through all the paperwork and stuff, but the reality, it's about a year.
Yeah.
Because you're still getting stuff that lingering on, like, oh, here's another credit card. Like, okay, I knew it. This is not mine.
Damn. That's a year of stress, that.
A year? Well, the first time was stressful. The second time it happened, because the first time I just put an alert.
Okay.
And that's not really.
Right.
It just alerts the credit bureaus. Hey,
it already happened, no?
It could be a possible fraud, but the one that works really well is the freeze.
Okay.
They can't. I can't even. If I want to go open up a credit line or a loan for something, sorry, you can't. They're denied. You get denied.
Right.
And it says, oh, wait a minute, I got to go get a freeze, unfrozen. And so you got to call them, go through the whole process. It takes about a day to unfreeze it.
Oh, for real? I thought it was like on the spot.
No, it takes about a day. It's like 24 hours.
So you got to plan ahead.
And then you got to let them know how long you want the freeze. You want it on permanent, like, okay, you can freeze it forever now, or you own 5 days, 3 days. So you got to talk to the lender. How long do you need it? And they'll kind of schedule it.
So
but it works.
So you got to be prepared for that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after that, I haven't been frauded since I did that with mine and my wife, and hopefully it won't happen again. Yeah. But it is a hassle, though.
I bet. But, shit. But you're protected now.
At least for a while.
See.
We'll see.
Hey. All right.
But with that, I mean, I know you want to talk about some scams, right?
Some scams. So I was recently talking to somebody, and it was just a coincidence because we had already brainstormed that we were going to talk about scams, identity theft. Coincidentally, one of the people that I work with, coworker, asked me about this app called OfferUp. So OfferUp, you can sell stuff. You can sell if you want to sell something new, something old, lo que sea, you can sell on OfferUp.
The wife, the kids.
So certain things you can't because they're invaluable.
You can't sell the family.
You can't sell the family. I tried to sell a paintball gun one time, and they got flagged because you can't sell like guns, paintball guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't know that. I was like, what the hell? I violated the guidelines.
But it's a paintball.
Yeah, but you can't sell a paintball gun.
But it's not a gun, though. I guess because it has the word gun in and it looks like a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I was like, whatever. So he asked me, he's like, hey, have you ever sold it? I'm like, yeah, I saw some stuff on there. I said, but it's kind of annoying sometimes on OfferUp because you have people that'll message you, hey, is this available? And you're like, yeah, it's available. And you don't hear from them again. It's consistent. Like, hey, is this available? Yeah. Silence.
It's just people messing with you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell it is. So there's actually a couple of scams that I've come across through there. One of them was recent. Somebody asked me like, "Hey, is this available?" Whatever I was selling, I said, "Yeah, it's available." And so they said, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a code because I want to make sure you're a human. Is that okay with you?" And I said, "If you want to send me a code, send me a code. That's fine." I said, "But I'm answering your questions as you're asking me, so that should tell you that I'm human." She's like, "Yeah, but I want to make sure you're a human." I'm like, "But I'm answering you exactly what you're asking me."
You're a robot, man.
I might be a robot,
You
right?
could be that Tesla robot.
Right, a real smart robot. And she said, "Can I send it? Can I send it? Can I send it?" And I was at that point, I'm like, "Dude, this is weird." She wants to send me a code. So then she's like, she's like, "Let me get your phone number so I can text you the code." And I think I did send my number, right? And then
Did you use your real number? Did you use one of those Google numbers?
at the time I didn't have a Google Voice number, so I gave her my real number. And then I get a code from like this random Google thing, whatever the hell it was. And she said, "Did you get the code?" And I said, "Look, I'm not interested in your little scam." Afterwards, I found out what they do is they'll ask you for your phone number. So what they do is they register your number under Google Voice or some other voice thing. They'll send you the code. You send them the code back to verify that you are human.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get your number connected to a Google Voice number that they can use and start doing other scams, other fraud stuff going on.
Wow, that's an inch.
I didn't even know about it till that girl.
Wow.
I was like, "What the hell is this?" So I Googled it.
You would never think like, oh, just the number. What harm can they do?
But
there it is.
It's a scam. And that's what I Googled it. I said, "What the fuck is this?" And it's a Google Voice thing. So they'll register my number to a Google Voice and they can use it and do whatever other criminals
They could call the President of the United States using your phone number and says, "Hey, and there you go. You're gonna have the FBI and the Secret Service in your door
for the rest of my life."
That's scary.
Yeah.
But is that how they do that scam where they call the police? They clone your number or something,
Right.
and they call the police to your house or to the
think
celebrities? Is that the way
They have it
do
in Justin Bieber, I think, a few times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a spoof car. Algo así.
Yeah,
like a
spoof calls. Yeah. Is that how they do it?
I don't know how they do that. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you, Danny. That's
Wow.
something like that. They clone the number or algo lo mandan to somebody else's house, and it's some crazy stuff.
No. The only scam that I got was I was on vacation, and you know how it was Mexico City, and you know how you have these little old ladies selling like
Right.
rosaries and little trinkets, bracelets and stuff like that. So my wife saw one. I go, okay, I went and purchased it. And so I gave her, I go, how much? She told me, okay, so many pesos. So I gave her pesos and expected change. She took my pesos, she gave me the thing, and she ran.
What the hell?
That was my scam. Man. Like,
She ran faster than you, the old lady?
I could have ran after her, but like, I couldn't believe, like, that little old lady just...
You left you in shock, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What do I do? Do I push this lady?
Yeah, and like, my wife goes, she's hard up, just let her go. It was like, what?
Man,
I couldn't believe I got scammed by a little old lady.
What the fuck?
I could have probably, she could like, okay, here's my money, and I was expecting, she just turns around and she ran pretty quick, like, what the hell?
With the chanclitas.
With the chanclitas.
You should have grabbed her by the trunk. Véngase pa' acá, cabrón.
Yeah, but, I was a tourist, and I caught me off guard, like, oh, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro.
So when you're going to buy something, just give them the exact change.
See.
And then run.
Shit. Or maybe you do it the opposite way. Don't give her the money, take the stuff, vámonos.
Yeah, but then I get arrested, and then I'm in a foreign country, and then
That's true.
I'll be in that, what is it, Prisons of Mexico, that
Algo
show?
así.
Like, no, I don't think so.
Oh, man. The other scam that I've noticed, and this happened to me once, I didn't get scammed, but I caught on to what was going on. It almost happened to my coworker. He asked me, he said, hey, he's like, and he didn't know what it was. So I explained it to him. He said, hey, somebody offered me, it was like I think he rents property, right? So the person, I don't know if it was offer or wherever the hell, I don't think you can offer a rental property and offer it. Wherever he was handling, but he said, hey, this person offered me $5,000 check to move in, I think the first month's deposit, and then from that money he was gonna write me a check, and then he wanted me to pay the movers. So he wanted to send me the check, deposit $5,000 into my account, put it out. That's the first month's rent or the deposit, and then for that money for me to pay the movers to move everything. He's like, but it sounded really weird, and I said, that's a scam.
When you that gut feeling like, hey, this doesn't sound good. Seems too good to make true. Right. Why do they need you to make money? That's number one. Why do they need you to do X with your money?
Exactly.
That's the number one flag.
And it sucks because they're preying on people, right, that are vulnerable, who are nice people.
Like, oh, I can make a quick buck.
Yeah. So what happened was, and I explained to him, I said, this is what's happening. They're giving you, he didn't even have to tell me. I said, they're giving you extra money, aren't they? He's like, yeah, how'd you know? I said, they're going to give you, let's suppose you want $1,000. They send you a check for $5,000 because he already pre-wrote it. It's already been done, and they can't change it because it's the only check they have left. He looked at it, he's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I said, so what's going to happen is you're going to deposit that check.
Was it you doing the scam? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I said, this is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to deposit the check.
It's like you wrote it.
Because it happened to me once, but I didn't go through with it.
Were you like the Wizard of Oz in the back of the thing? So what happened?
And
sorry to interrupt you.
No. And he said, I said, so they're going to send you like a check for like, you're only charging like $1,000. They're giving you $5,000. You can deposit it, and then they want you to send them back the extra. He's like, that's exactly what they want. I said, what happens is you're going to send them back that money really quick. By the time your bank realizes, because they're going to clear that check right away, maybe a day or two. But by the time the bank realizes that there's no money, not sufficient funds, so you're going to owe all that money. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, even his wife got involved and told me, like, just do it. So now his wife got involved. The scammer's wife got involved. Because they were like, this is too much stress. Why can't you do it for me? Just take care of it. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. It's a scam.
It's a scam. It happened to me once in 2006. I was selling my car. I think on eBay. That's where it was, eBay. My coworker was saying eBay también. Not eBay. Craigslist, I'm sorry. Craigslist. And I was selling my car, and some guy's like, hey, I think I was selling for like $3,000. He's like, I'll send you a check for $5,000. It's already made by the bank. Just send me back the thing. I was like, bro, I'm not going to send you shit. I Googled it también. Scam.
It's a typical scam.
Yeah.
The one that's big in the community, the Hispanic community in the Raza, my parents got this one, is you'll get a call, like a collect call. I'm not sure if it was a collect call, but they called the house or my parents' phone, and it's, hey, tío, I'm stuck in Mexico. I can't cross.
Right.
And they'll talk to him in Spanish. ¿Cómo estás? I need money. Necesito dinero para cruzar. I need money to cross. And and they sound worried. And then my dad calls me, hey, your cousin so and so said he was in Mexico and he needs money to cross. And I go, Dad, I don't think this is legit. Let me confirm. So I call my uncle, hey, where's so and so? He goes, oh, he's here. Oh, he's not in Mexico? He goes, no. Okay. I call my dad. No, it's a scam.
Right.
But they made it seem so real that my dad really thought it was his nephew.
Did they call late at night or during the day?
It was like 8 o'clock at night. It was kind of late in the day, and but my dad goes, yeah, it sounds like him, and they had information like house so and so and so and so, and they had people's name that he lived with, and so that's why he thought it was real, because they asked about his kids, they asked about me, they asked. Like,
damn. So they had it all set up.
They had it set up, yeah.
See, we usually make those. I mean, they usually make those phone calls late at night. I think with and usually to older people.
I thought we were gonna get the FBI coming out.
Hey, cabrón, you're making phone calls. Yeah, they usually do it like late at night when they're probably already past their bedtime, asleep, and they're like,
what the hell?
Disoriented,
Disoriented, yeah.
And they prey on the vulnerable people, and it sucks.
Oh yeah, and it's easily, you could fall into it, and you would think like, nah, it's never gonna. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It could happen to anybody. It could be something like you say, it's something very, like, what could they do with your phone? But I didn't know that one. They're like, oh, so now I gotta be careful.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
And the other scam that's going around, and I get this one a lot. Email scams.
Oh, the one about the Nigerian president.
I've seen the Nigerian one. I've seen So this is a funny one that I got that I was like, dude, come on, this is like, you guys are too
obvious.
It was too obvious. I was getting a Wells Fargo gift card from my Bank of America account.
Oh, at least you should use the Wells Fargo.
I was like, what the fuck?
Or bank, use the right bank.
Yeah, use the right bank. Like, if you're gonna send me a reward from Bank of America, let me know that it's my Bank of America.
You just let the whole world know who you bank with, man.
I don't have either one. Wait, I shouldn't have said that though. But it was fun.
Rule number one, okay, when I'm going to scam him, I'm going to go to his bank account, follow him.
And I like to respond to those emails. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man, with this bullshit.
So next time I send you a letter like that, it should be
at
the
least
right bank.
If it's gonna be rewarded from Bank of America, make sure it's from Bank of America. This guy had both of them. KK, you just been awarded from Bank of America or Wells Fargo card. I was like, well, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes they look real though. Like eBay looks real, PayPal looks real, Amazon.
Oh, they'll get even the website.
Yeah.
They make it look like, instead of .gov, what do you call it? .com. They'll
Right.
use like one of these other dot somethings.
Right.
And you look at it like, oh, and then you go to the page. It looks like, oh, this is exactly the.
But don't click on those things.
No, because then you get spam. You get
Right.
malware.
I had malware one
Mhm.
time.
Well, not where they'll hold your computer hostage.
Yeah, they can do that. I had a malware one time, and all these like pornography things were popping up. I was like, what the
Well,
hell?
that was just regular stuff for you.
That's probably true. It was a computer STD, looking up wrong stuff. But one way with the emails to check is to click the sender. Who's it coming from? You can click on their name. It'll be like PayPal. Click on the PayPal thing, not the link on top, like from PayPal to Danny. Click on it, and you can see their email and if it's legit or not. The fake ones are like some long SLKP. I was like, what the hell? It makes no sense.
If I didn't make any transactions with that specific company,
Right.
I just throw those away.
I get those a lot. And the Netflix ones.
I never got any of that. I just put a good automatic junk.
I almost fell for the Netflix one. I was like, what the fuck? And I said, well, it's possibly I didn't pay it or something happened. But once I clicked who it was from, actually, it said like some fake account. I was like, dude, come on.
And people fall because they'll click on it. Oh, you got to put your credit card number.
Right.
Oh, we need your social security number, and then you put it in. There you go.
Yeah.
You just gave somebody your life, the house keys basically.
And all the information on your phone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Forget it.
No. Wow. But there was a scam I forgot about. Well, no, go ahead. I forgot about it.
I forgot. You threw me for a loop.
You threw me.
Dog. There is another scam that goes around. It's I haven't seen it too much, but I have heard about it. The white box scam. These are the ones that they do like at the parking lots.
Oh yeah, my family member got that one. They went to one of the parking lots and they had right when the flat screen TVs came out.
Right.
And they were like $1,000, $2,000.
Right.
Says, oh look, my friends stole these from the store. I don't know what story they gave them. I need to get rid of it. It's a good TV. $500. It was like a $2,000 TV. And they opened the box and they could see the edge of the TV. It's like, oh yeah. And he goes, it works. It's brand new. The box was sealed.
Right.
So they take it home. It was a bunch of bricks. They had the
they switched it, huh?
They had the screen, but it was nothing on the screen. It was one of those fake TVs that they have in the display, and it was full of bricks. That's all they had. And
it goes back to what you're saying. If it seems too good to be true,
it's a scam.
Yeah, it's a scam.
There's the other one, a tablet, the iPhone tablet. That's a common one too. Hey, you want an iPad? And yeah, they'll give you the box from the iPad, but inside is just a piece of
something heavy, huh?
Yeah,
just to make it seem like it's a damn.
There's scams for everything. The other one, when you go like Home Depot or one of those stores, and it says, oh, I need to return this, and they'll get in line with you, and they'll try to say, hey, I have a gift card, can you cash it or something like that. I don't know the whole deal of the scam, but I got approached once, like, hey, I have this Home Depot, and I need to, I don't need to buy anything right now, but I'll give it to you it's a $50, just give me $10 or $20, or it's $100 and give me like half the amount that it's worth. And in the store, this is in the store.
I had that happen recently. I didn't do it.
And I didn't do it either, but when I got to the cashier, hey, there's a guy over there who's trying to scam people with the credit card or with their return.
Yeah. He did. It was a guy. Well, more than likely you're gonna see a guy at Home Depot. Same guy, Hispanic, heavyset.
It might be the same guy.
He approached me. He's like, "Hey, I have a Home Depot gift card. I get like a 10% discount. Do you want?" I don't know what the hell his deal was. I was like, "I'm good, bro. Thank you," but I had to pay cash in order for him to use that card and get a 10% discount. I don't know what the deal was gonna be. I'm like, "I'm good, bro. Thank you."
The other one is returning stuff, and one of my family members, they got the thing. They went with the guy, or they went to return it, and once the guy, my brother-in-law went and gave the information. Oh, we want your ID, and it was a stolen product. And so they called the police, and he goes, no,
Holy shit.
it's some guy. I'm returning for some guy. He didn't have his the guy didn't have his ID, and he wanted to return the thing. And my brother-in-law goes, oh yeah, I'll do you a favor. And he went and go, well, we need your ID. Like, you know what, this product's been stolen. It was reported stolen. I don't know how they figure it out. And he went outside. The guy was gone. They figured that he got.
Of course. Once they see the cops, forget it.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful when they approach you in the parking lots and like no.
I got a funny story about somebody forgetting your ID. This was back 2006, 2007. Went with the family, right, to the horse races. I had never been there. I'm excited. I'm like, all right. I'm not a big gambler, but I'm like, all right, okay. I want to see some horse races. So we go, and the family member, he won like $600 or $700. Right? I didn't know how the whole.
No.
At the time, I'm like, I'm oblivious. I'm ignorant. No sé cómo funciona. He's like, hey, Mike, family member, right? I said, Mike, tienes aquí pintado pendejo, right? He said, I forgot my ID at home or my social security card. I said, okay. He's like, can you cash this for me? Like, go get the winning ticket. I didn't know. So I go. First, I must have had my social security card with me for whatever reason. Like, you're not supposed to. But at the time.
Yeah, don't carry that.
Yeah, at the time I had it. So I go, and the guy said, okay, here you go. $700 paid me. And why did he get anything of it? I'm like, okay, whatever.
IRS.
See, I didn't know that.
IRS, they'll tax you on it.
This guy didn't tell me, so I give him his money. I'm like, here you go, so-and-so, whatever. He's like, here you go. He's like, I'm going to give you $50 for it. I said, oh, cool. Just for cashing this check for him. Fuck it. January the following year, I think it was like a 1099 or a W-2 from the IRS. He's like, you won $700? Here you go. So I called the guy. I'm like, you motherfucker, you didn't tell me, bro. He just laughed at me, bro.
He knew.
I'm like, you motherfucker.
Got conned by your own family.
Own
bro.
family, bro. Yeah.
Did he at least pay you what you had to pay the IRS or no?
I don't remember.
Oh.
He gave me 50 at the time, but I don't know if it was the same amount for the IRS. I don't know.
That sucks though.
Family.
I mean, it's your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And he knew.
He knew. He knew. Yo, okay, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this idiot. Por eso me vio. Pendejo. You know. He knew. I'll tell you who it is after. I'm just kidding.
So does he call you pendejo now when he sees you?
He doesn't call me anymore.
Oh, because he goes, okay, I got him once. So have you tried to con him in any fashion to get back at him or no?
No.
You just let it go. Yeah, that sucks though.
It is.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
See, it could happen to anybody, man.
And family sometimes. Yeah.
You gotta. I've known people were like, there was this story that I heard in the radio. This is like a wealthy family. The kids or the grandkids were managing the grandmother's money, and they started doing some shady investments, and they got to a point where the grandmother got a lawyer and sued the kids, and it got ugly. So it happens in any family.
And it sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's not any better that it's a stranger, but when it comes to family, just feel like it's worse.
Yeah, because you rely on them. They're that they're not gonna steal from you.
Yeah.
They end up stealing.
Haters.
That's what it is.
That story just killed me.
Bring you back, man. Are you gonna have nightmares now?
I'm probably gonna sock him. No, I'm just kidding. No,
There was one that's very common in the hood. I told you about the phone call, and then there's another one that I can't remember. I went blank. I had it earlier and
And it came back and
came back. Yeah.
I got another story. It happened yesterday. I was walking. You know where I work. There's a lot of homeless people. A lot. So I'm walking. I had my sushi. I'm walking back to work, and this guy approaches me. A homeless guy on his bike. He's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Which is a weird question to ask somebody. Like, what the fuck? He gave me this long story about how he's homeless. He's going to be here for 21 days. They found him a place to stay at, and diabetic with cellulitis. Needs to get money. He showed me his money. He's like, I only have $18, but I need to buy my diabetic food. And I said, look, bro. I said, I don't have any cash. You know what he proceeded to tell me? He said, there's an ATM right there, bro. And I said, man, get out of here, bro. I said, I can't. Which, for one, it's already a setup.
Yeah.
Right? I know you're lying, bro. I work with certain individuals. I know how it works. Where he was going, I know how that works. They give you the food there. There's nurses there. Right? I'm like, whatever. and then I'm gonna go with you to the ATM so that I can withdraw money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're on your bike. You're just gonna take the money like a viejita.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No. I had a coworker. This happened at work many years ago. She was like a temp. She came on board, and then she would approach you. Hey, I need money for lunch. You have $20 I could borrow?
Damn.
Or $10. She would always, and she would hit up people like quietly. And then the word got around, hey, she borrow money from you, and she wouldn't pay it.
Oh, shit.
And she asked me once, and she goes, hey, I know, do you have, I need $20. I didn't have money for lunch. I say, oh, you know, I don't have money right now. I don't have cash. And then a day later, she goes, hey, do you have any money? You know, remember I asked you? I go,
What the hell?
I go, I don't have anything. You know, yeah, but I really need it. And I go, no, I will give you $5, but I'm not gonna give you anything.
Take that.
So she came and asked me like, hey, where's my money? Like, didn't promise you anything. It turns out that she asked money from like all the guys in the department and even like the administrator, the big honcho. It was like $300. They never paid it back.
What the hell?
Yeah, and so she got fired because she ended up stealing. What was it? Like supplies. She got caught and they got fired. They fired her.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's weird.
it was weird. I see her every once in a while in the downtown, like kind of sad, but
Yeah. I see what they were using that money for.
yeah,
Yeah. Those behaviors. Yeah.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that. People cashing checks fraudulently. That happened to us a lot.
See?
When we had the business, people were writing checks like from San Francisco. Like, what in the hell?
That's what the person that was using my social was from San Francisco.
Yeah.
What the hell? A lot of scammers up there.
There, probably.
San Francisco and Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one that is big is people faking like they need their hand broken or. I had this one. This is one
This is from the hood. Yeah.
from the hood. When I was still living in the hood, there was this guy. Every week he would pass by. He says, "Hey, I put the trash cans in. You know, help me out. Give me $1." And every once in a while, I'll give him $1. And then one day, my dad goes, "I've been putting the trash cans in." Like, oh, really?
What the fuck?
So okay, I hadn't see the guy anytime soon. Then about a couple months later, I ran into him. One of my uncles used to run this like dance hall where they rented for quinceañeras and stuff like that at that time. And I was there waiting for a customer to come and see the hall. The guy walks in with the sign, "I can't hear, I'm deaf," and he had a bunch of little things. And I go, "Hey, what you doing here?" And I saw his sign, like, "Oh, dude, you're," and threw him out, told him whatever, and he disappeared. But yeah.
Oh my god.
That, and I seen where they one day they have the hand broken, and the next day they have the leg broken.
Right.
It's the same guy. Like, dude, you heal pretty quick.
Do you call them up? Do you call them out on their bullshit?
Nah, I never done that.
So I had one. There was this guy, next city over. I was in a parking lot. I think we were leaving whatever store we were leaving. The parking lot. It's a little shopping center. And he comes up to me, dressed nicely. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry to tell you this. Like, I'm sorry to hit you up. I'm kind of embarrassed." He's like, "I work." He's like, "But I forgot my wallet at home. I have this watch. Like, if I can just borrow some money, or if you can help me out with some couple of dollars, like, I'll sell you the watch if you want it. You know, look, bro, I do have a job. I'm dressed for the job. I just left my wallet in the car or wherever, then at home." And I was like, I don't know if I give them money or not. I usually don't give people money. And if I do, I'm going to charge them interest. But I'm not going to find this guy. But this guy, he's like, "Look, you have a nice watch. Look gold." I don't know that it was. I don't care for watches. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I may have given him maybe $2 or $3. I may have. And then that same week, I seen him at a different shopping center.
Same thing.
The same thing. And I called him out. I said, "Bro, I seen you doing this bullshit last week, bro. You were over there." Fucking walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll tell you a story about a friend. This is when they were in junior high, I think, high school. He used to hang out with some other friend, and he goes, "Hey," they were playing, they were ditching, they were playing hooky, whatever. And he goes, "Hey, let's go to the movies." And my friend goes, "I don't have any money." He goes, Don't worry, watch this." They went to the city, like the boulevard, and says, "Hey, we're from so and so, and they left us here. We need money for the bus. By the time they got to the movie theater, they had enough money for popcorn, the entrance, and a little extra to go eat after.
Damn.
It was all a scam. But they go, man, dude, yeah. So it could happen.
People were generous then, yeah.
They were generous. They two little kids, way out from where they said they were living, and yeah, people gave money.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you got to be careful with scammers.
Yeah.
Too good to be true. Don't do it. Just.
And it just sucks because you don't know who's telling the truth, and these people put a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, no la voy a dar a nadie.
The other one's, the big one's a funeral. Somebody died, or somebody's sick with cancer. It's like, no, they're not even sick.
And those are the ones that ruin it for everybody else, because I think there was one you were mentioning locally. He was going to different places using the. It turned out it wasn't even his family. He just found this
picture online, and
he was doing it for like 4 weeks in a row. And you're like, what the hell?
They can make up money.
Yeah.
I've seen sometimes when people give them, $5-10.
Yeah.
If you get 3 of those in an hour,
you're good.
It's pretty good. Or 10. I think personally, if you want to help others, there's reputable organizations. Right. I know, like the hospital, the
Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital, but there's another one. Hope, City of Hope.
City of Hope, yeah.
Yeah, you donate to them, and from people that I've heard who actually use them, the family doesn't get any bills. It's true.
Yeah.
They'll cover the housing, they'll cover everything. So those are reputable organizations. If you want to help the homeless, there's the food bank,
right.
There's the rescue mission.
Right.
They're reputable. Well, hopefully they don't mismanage the funds, but they've been around long enough where if you really want to help, that's one way of helping, rather than helping the individual that's scamming people.
And it sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Sometimes you just got to say no.
Right.
Say, or what I've done, if people want to ask for money, is like, oh, you're hungry? I'll buy you something.
Right. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, just buy them the food.
I did that once. Somebody, she's like, oh, no tengo dinero, can you give me some money? She's like, what do you want the money for? Oh, para comer. She's like, I'll buy you the food. She's like, no, deme el dinero, mi amor.
Yeah, no. I've seen some where people will buy them the food and just go up and throw it away, which that kind of sucks. Yeah, no, you gotta, you have to be careful.
Yeah. For real, because a lot of you can lose a lot.
Way a lot more than and then it ruins it for everybody else. So. I think I think we covered this topic pretty well today, and hopefully people don't get scammed. Be careful out there.
Right.
It happens to everybody. Even I never forget that little viejita running away from me. Yeah.
And people can share the stories if they want, right? In the email. Let me see. I've always wanted to do this. The email right below it, huh?
Yeah.
Right there. right, somewhere there.
Yeah.
And then also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any comments, and then listen to.
Yeah. Send us your questions. If you have questions, we'll be happy to discuss topics that anybody wants us to cover. We're happy to give us our experience, our stories behind it, and have a good week.
Sounds good. Cool.
If you want to hear more stories like this, please click the like button and subscribe.
Find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.